We are starting this video with one fundamental paradigm change, and after that, actual steps will make sense. The statement that universe is mental has actually led us into a trap of believing that the entire reality creation is just a thought projection. But in actuality, it is a projection of your entire being. And your being includes your entire physiology and not just brain activity. This is why, at our stage of consciousness, we really can never fully be in control of our reality, since we are not in full control of our physiology either. We do not control what happens with a bite of food after we swallow it. We don't control the flow of blood, etc., etc. So, people tend to get upset or even guilt-ridden when they're told that they are the source of everything they witness. But thinking that it's just their thought activity, they readily say, but I would never be committing a genocide. I cannot be responsible for that. But your immune system commits genocide every day. Or they say, I would never be destructive. But your digestive system is being destructive every day. So, in conclusion, everything you witness is a mirror of your entire physiology. Now, since physiology is mostly unconscious and consists of bodily processes, it follows that your body is your unconscious self. So now that statement makes more sense, right? The next question comes, how did your unconscious self come to be? Well, that one is more tricky. No one has an answer to that or the ability to prove it. So surrendering to the unknown is an inevitable part of our existence. We will use that in our favor because this biological mind matrix definitely has rules we can observe. One of those rules is that we will experience everything we are in judgment of. That rule is so important that we have warned ourselves through scriptures not to judge. But have you ever tried to pass an entire day in non-judgment? Don't bother, it's impossible. At the minimum, likes and dislikes will continually flood your perception. But that's okay, because while we cannot withhold judgments for a long period of time, we can for short, whether moments or minutes. And what will that do? It will calm our entire physiology, and it actually opens the door for the higher power that exists beyond this duality to take over. Hence the saying, with men nothing is possible, but with God all things are possible. We will proceed, practically speaking. If you are in near proximity to your animal, you can touch it, or you can just sit near it. Point your attention to it, just by saying or thinking your animal's name, for example, and then do nothing. Just sit there in non-judgment, meaning don't try to fix anything, don't imagine anything, don't run energy, just sit there. Be a witness, nothing more. 2 seconds, 2 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. What can happen is that you may receive communication from your animal or about your animal. And if it's something you can later take positive action on, do it. But by no means should you expect that communication, or even worse, force it. Because then the lack of it will put you right back into judgment. And some of you will ask, but wait a minute, in many videos you told us that we are supposed to imagine an outcome. Yes, and that is in the opposition. The imagining falls into the doing. You will see that we will be creating rhythm between non-doing and doing. Also, someone will ask, how often should I do this? Well, obviously, the more time you spend in non-judgment, the better. There is no overdosing here. Now, say you are at a distance from your animal. The process will be exactly the same, but just without the physical touch. Now, if you want, you can use a toy or any other object as a surrogate. All it is a reminder for the placement of your intent. There is one crucial step that follows this, and it cannot be overemphasized. You have to remain neutral towards the outcome. What if your animal doesn't get better? You remind yourself that none of this world is real anyway, and then you just persist in whatever you can do for as long as your animal lives. What if your animal experiences a miraculous healing? Again, you stay neutral. You remind yourself that miracles are a normal occurrence for you. You do not become euphoric, because if you do, that signals an out of balance situation, and then your physiology will attempt to correct it. And how will it correct it? By somehow neutralizing your miracle. You definitely don't want that. So, in summary, and this will be applicable for your entire life, not just for your animals. Step 1, simple intent. Step 2, witness and do nothing. Step 3, stay neutral to the outcome. Anything bad, it's not real. Anything good, perfectly normal and expected. Now, outside of this witnessing, not doing, you will of course be doing something. So it will be either an inspired action, hopefully arising effortlessly from your insights or from your imagination. Active imagination is also part of doing. And that is really how you will introduce a healthy rhythm to your existence. And you will notice that this channel functions exactly the same way. There is practical information for the things you do, and then there is information just meant to cause a shift in your state of mind. Having said that, have a wonderful, normal, and neutral day.